against a production capacity of only 130 million gallons, the city faces a significant shortfall of 90 million gallons. Acknowledging this gap, the MD assured stakeholders that GWL is committed to enhancing operational efficiency, production at optimum capacity, and deploying modern technology to improve supply. Now, following an intelligence-led operation in the Northern Region, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA) has seized a significant quantity of restricted goods, including illicit cigarettes and controlled pharmaceutical products. The seized items include 450 boxes of Business Royal cigarettes, each containing 5 packets, and 5 boxes of tapentadol tablets. The estimated duty for both products is valued at 20.6 million cedis. The seizure occurred after customs officials received intelligence February 11, 2025 about a vehicle transporting restricted items along the Nantong to Gushegu Road. Acting on this tip-off, a task force from the Tamale Collection Regional Headquarters set up a checkpoint at the Gaha to Gushegu Road to intercept suspicious vehicles. During the operation, a vehicle with registration number GS 7592-13 sped past the checkpoints without stopping, prompting a pursuit by the task force. Upon stopping the vehicle, the driver refused to disclose details about its content, insisting that only the owner could provide such information. Shortly after, the vehicle owner arrived on a motorbike but also declined to comment. Despite resistance from the suspect, customs officers moved the vehicle to the Tamale Collection Regional Headquarters for further inspection. The driver and owner were instructed to return for an official examination of the cargo on February 12, but they failed to appear. A subsequent search of the vehicle February 19 in the presence of officials confirmed that it contained highly restricted goods requiring proper licensing and permit for importation. Since the driver and owner lacked the necessary authorization, the goods were seized upon notice of seizure number 248806 on February 25, 2025. In response to the incident, Brigadier General Zibrim Bawa Ayerogo, Commissioner of Customs, visited the Tamale Collection Regional Headquarters to gather first-hand information on the operation. Speaking to City News, he stated that collaboration among state agencies, including National Security, the Narcotics Control Commission, and others, has been strengthened to curb the influx of illicit drugs. We've done a lot of work to combat this menace, but we don't publicize it. The public remains unaware, he said. He further assured the public that despite the complexities of the operation of the cartel involved, customs would intensify surveillance at ports and borders to tackle smuggling. Now, the chief imam of the Bole traditional area, Alhaji Mohammed Idrisu, has officially placed the ban on extravagant Islamic weddings in his jurisdiction. The directive takes effect Wednesday, March 5, 2025. In a statement issued after several consultations with Islamic clergy, the chief imam cited concerns over increasing financial burdens that prevent many young Muslims from getting married. Alhaji Mohammed Idrisu emphasized that the decision aligns with Islamic teachings and aims to curb excessive spending on wedding ceremonies, which has discouraged many young people from fulfilling the important religious duty of marriage. According to the statement, several modern wedding practices have been identified as contributing to the high cost associated with Islamic marriages in Bali. These include elaborate wedding receptions with multiple outfit changes by the couple, the engagement of male beauticians for female brides, and entertainment activities such as recorded dance sessions, popularly referred to as jams. The chief imam urged members of the Muslim community to cooperate in enforcing the new directive. Now, in other stories, NPP Member of Parliament for Wale Wale Abdul Kabir Tia Mahama has criticized the just-ended National Economic Dialogue. He says the discussions fails to produce any new or groundbreaking idea to address Ghana's economic challenges. Speaking on Joy News's News File, the MP argued that while the government promised to release further details from the event, there was nothing strikingly new in the discussions that took place. His comments add to growing skepticism over the impact and effectiveness of the dialogue, with some, including political activists, Arthur Kennedy, questioning whether it will lead to a real policy change or simply become another routine political exercise. Meanwhile, Imani Africa's Vice President Kofi Bento has called for a more structured and solution-driven approach to the national economic dialogue. Now, in business, the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, has called on the Mahama government to refrain from introducing new taxes in the 2025 budget. His appeal comes ahead of the budget presentation by the finance minister, Dr. Keso Atto-Forson, on March 11, 2025. The minister recently engaged traders to assess their concerns. The government has already pledged to remove some levies, including the betting tax and e-levy. In an interview with Channel One News' Charles Owusu-Kumi, however, Dr. Obeng insists that traders do not expect any new taxes to be introduced. He emphasized the negative impact of excessive taxation on businesses and cautioned against any policy that will further burden traders. While opposing new taxes, Dr. Obeng urged the government to expand the tax net to include individuals and businesses that currently do not pay taxes, ensuring a fair and balanced tax system. Dr. Obeng commended the finance minister for his engagement with traders. Now, on to some sport. Accra Hearts of Oak Sporting Club has moved to the summit of the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League standings at the time of writing after beating Young Apostles FC. The Phobia Club beat Apostles 2-0 at the University of Ghana Stadium, Legon, in their opening game on the resumption of the league. Competitions in Ghana's Premier Division was halted following the death of Kumasi Asante Kotoko fan Francis Yapole Frimpong when violent clashes erupted at a league between Kotoko and Nsotriman. After several stakeholder meetings were held and Pole given a befitting burial, the league's suspension was waived. In its first outing following the break, Michael Ewuwa-Mensah's header from a corner kick in the 43rd minute and Hamza Issa's goal in the 47th minute gave Hearts the win. Bashiru served as Heart of Oak assistant coach prior to his move to Young Apostles. The win gives Hearts 36 points and places them ahead of second and third placed Bibiani Gold Stars and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who have 34 points apiece. Kotoko takes on Legon Cities and Gold Stars on Nations FC Match 9. Now to some showbiz. In a concerted effort to advance the proposed National Theatre in Kumasi, Mr. Rex Owusu-Mafo, coordinator of the Black Star Experience, paid a working visit to the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene. The meeting took place March 7, focusing on discussing a suitable land allocation for the proposed National Theatre project, a promise by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in his 2024 Creative Manifesto. The initiative aligns with broader efforts to decentralize the art and culture scene, providing a platform for regional talent and fostering cultural expression across the nation. This development is anticipated to stimulate the creative economy, create job opportunities, and enhance the cultural landscape of the Ashanti region. Rex Omar further discussed his proposed project centered around the Lake Bosumtwi enclave, While details of this project are still under wraps, it is expected to be unveiled to the media and the public in due course. Mr. Owusu-Mafo, after the deliberation, thanked the minister for his interest in the creative industry. And that's it with the Daybreak News on Ghana Talks Radio. Log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more of these stories. The news was read by Awentemi Akansukum. I say thanks so much for making time. Good morning.
Ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Good morning once again. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show on Ghana Talks Radio with me, Pakwesi Omare, and my co-hostesses, AC Nam.
Yeah.
And Sister Debbie. Debbie is joining us after her grilling. She's coming to do an extension of her grilling on the breakfast show this morning. Yes. So yes, it's a brand new week. It is a brand new day, Monday, a money making Monday.
Yeah.
Chalet.
A very productive one.
Yes. Good morning to all our listeners wherever you are, and also good morning to Ghana. Yeah, a whole lot going on in the country right now, and we will be delving into much more discussions surrounding some of the topics that has risen over the weekend up till now. Join the conversation on all our social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio. You can also join us on WhatsApp 0202544614 0202544614. I know that every Monday we are here with Mr. Otrobexon, but unfortunately for today an inconvenience has occurred which would permit us to seek for your apologies as Mr. Bexon can't make it on the show, but he's definitely coming on the show in subsequent time. So bear with us this morning, but join us the conversation. Join the conversation. Send your suggestions, your comments, and everything that you want the public to hear regarding all the topics that we will be talking about on the show this morning. So once again, Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We see.
Yes, Omar.
It's a brand new day.
Yeah.
It's a new week.
A beautiful brand new week.
And over the weekend, some of the things that actually went on that I think we've never really seen before has been the engagement of the finance minister with the public ahead of the budget reading coming off tomorrow, right? What are some of the things you actually expect in there? Did the finance minister meet you in town?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
He didn't, but I'm sure he didn't meet me in town, but I'm sure he met other Ghanaians and
who spoke your
citizens.
mind,
Yeah.
So,
They'll definitely speak my mind because they are feeling the heat just as I am.
but if he had met you and asked you of what you expect to be included in the budget, what would have been your suggestion?
First, what I want to be excluded first to me. You said what I want to be included.
Yeah.
So I want to
start
start with what I want to be excluded first.
Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah. So it has to do with the e-levy, the betting tax.
Okay.
Yes, and as well as anything they can do to stabilize. I mean, the skyrocketing of fuel prices. Yes.
Okay.
Those are the three. I mean, and then stabilize. The CD to the dollar.
Okay.
That's what I would like them to do. Yes, because the CD to a dollar is really, I mean, suppressing us in this country.
Really?
Yes.
In what sense?
You see, first a CD to a dollar was how many?
Was it
How
4
much?
cedis?
4 CDs. That
cedis.
was when Mahama was on
Mahama
power.
was in power.
Yeah.
And even that, like we've just come to accept it as something. It was actually 3 CDs, 80 pesos.
80%.
Yeah, so approximately 4 cedis.
4 CDs. Okay,
When
let's
it comes
put
to
that
these figures, you don't approximate them because a single peso makes a difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, and now a CD to a dollar is 16 or 15 CDs, if I'm not lying.
15
CDs, yes.
57 pesos.
And some coins.
Yeah.
So just imagine me being a trader, and you know, if I want to go and trade in a foreign country, I can't use. Let's say I'm going to, even if it is Nigeria, I cannot go and spend CDs at Nigeria. I have to spend their money, so I have to change it. And you see, our CD here is not heavy. If I say it's not heavy, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's very light.
But if you are taking CD to Nigeria, there you are heavyweight too.
Really?
Oh, please. Oh yeah. Why do you think they always come here to hustle?
Oh yeah.
To get our currency to go back to their country?
They actually
It's
think
true.
It's the same way
It's
as
true,
we
it's true.
Ghanaians going to, let's say, the UKs, the USAs to get their dollars and
Oh,
pounds
yeah.
and come and change it here to get more. Nigeria's currency is very weak.
Yeah,
Very,
very
very
low.
I know it's a 200 cities on and I'm here a million
Oh, I'm
in
quite
naira.
sure.
In naira.
Because I can't remember, a Nigerian friend told me that 50 cities in Ghana, like
Yeah.
she used to buy foodstuffs from Nigeria to this place. So I asked her, why don't you buy from the market, because it's easier than you sending the money home, because it will take like 2 weeks or 1 week for you
Yeah.
to get it. And she said she likes it that because that 50 cedis that she can use to buy 2 things in Ghana, she can use it to buy almost half of what she wants to buy in Nigeria. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about it and I was like, is it true? And she said yes, it's true. So it feels like our money there is very heavy,
Oh yeah.
but
yeah.
here it's very light.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
And I
that
understand why
should
they are
tell
here.
you what the economical deficiency in
Yeah.
Nigeria,
In
as
Nigeria
well
as well.
is very bad. So,
But we are not feeling it here. Like we feel like our city is not heavy for we the Ghanaians.
yeah,
We are not
it's
feeling it at all.
Yeah, until you change the dollar.
Exactly. So just imagine somebody sending me dollars. Someone was trying to tell me the difference between this exchange rates and stuffs. Like, I think the person was like, is it when the dollar goes up or when the CD goes up, you benefit? And when
Well,
it comes
I
down,
think that's when the dollar goes up.
when the dollar goes up against the cedi, it's like you are benefiting. But how many times
Okay.
do you? And even that, it's still square one or one. Because the dollar goes up, you think, okay, and Mr. Dollar, many cities be great. You are forgetting that it's affecting prices. So you are still going to buy it on the same level of the dollar you are changing.
oh,
You get me?
Yeah.
You know, bia. To see a auto phone way, let's say 1,000 cedis. Dollar let's say 16 cedis. 16 cedis, they are pricing this phone as 1,000 cedis. And a dollar could do, let's say, 18 cedis. They also 18 cedis, the enemy be sending a dollar and I'm a sa. Me to many phone way 2 cra. But almost a sample dollar no cost per phone and so the price because so what's the difference?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So you are still
You are
market
still-
time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think people have really channeled their attention to that side yet. It's just about dollar and SME they will be sending me a many
Yeah.
and then man so sure.
But can it be stabilized?
Oh, yeah.
For stability, yes, but for it going down,
It will be hard.
but we can
Very-
stabilize it.
Yeah.
For
it will be very-
stabilization,
it will
we
be
can.
very hard.
It's easier to stabilize a dollar.
Yeah.
Very easier. We are just not ready for that. Yes.
Why do you think we are not ready for that?
I mean, are we ready to produce much more than we import?
So we stop importing more
It
than
will stabilize.
our
It will
exports.
stabilize it.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
True.
The empowerment of this dollar rise against the city is just about we always changing money to go and buy from outside. That's just it. If we are no more going, dollar and say need to maybe our SUBM.
Yeah.
So no one is going to be in need or in demand of dollar. The higher the demand, the higher the value.
Okay.
So once we don't need dollar to go and buy anything from outside, we are cool.
Then what of, because like we are in Ghana, but
Yeah.
we pay fees in dollars. Because there are schools in Ghana that
Yeah,
pay school
that
fees
pay
in
their
dollars.
school fees in
Yeah.
dollars.
And
And
even
even some hotels and
Yes.
restaurants as well.
There was a directive some years back
That should
that
be.
this thing should, but we know Ghana. We just say the thing and we leave it to
And we leave it.
thin air. Because we keep pricing these things in dollars.
In
It is
dollars.
going to fight our city.
Our cities. We are in Ghana, and why do you want to price your
Exactly.
product or your
And
services
see,
In dollars, yeah.
Nigerians know very well that the city is ahead of the naira. But no Nigerian will price anything in Nigeria
In cities.
Cities. The laws are there.
So is it because we are overlearning or what? Or we
There's
feel
no
like
overlearning,
we've
no. It's
arrived?
greed. The Ghanaian is greedy. An average Ghanaian is a greedy person. It's just that.
They want more for themselves.
It's just that. There is a house I saw the price in East Legon.
Oh, it's the one they young. Oh,
It's about, let's say about, is it $800,000?
if you should convert that into cities.
And I saw a similar house in US. That house had a swimming pool, a bigger compound, a garage that can actually contain 2 cars, and I think it had an extra room. So let's say if the Ghanaian one had 3 bedrooms, this one had 4 bedrooms. And the serenity of the house, the road that leads to that house, was about $250, 50,000. And the Ghanaian one, which was on some Ariabu road, is pricing about $800,000.
You can't be serious.
Exactly. So
it means I feel like we are our own problem.
Oh yes,
And we
are.
know the right thing, but we don't want
We
to
don't
do
know what
it
is
going
because
to do
we
it.
feel like it's in our favor.
exactly.
Yeah.
Once it favors us, the same thing that person is doing, if someone is doing it against them, you will see the complaints.
Yeah.
But given the chance, he's going to do much worse than that.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, my expectation for the budget, the president has come to say that Ghana is in economic crisis. So I'm just hoping that in his budget, whatever policy or maybe the strategies he has put in place to get us out of these economic crisis that he claims we are in, should be incorporated into his budget. Like Debbie said, some of the taxes that we find as irrelevant, we've passed COVID. Why are we still paying COVID tax? He made a promise that he's going to scrap the e-levy. We are hoping that in his budget, he's able to fulfill that. And also the cedi against the dollar. Well, I'm just hoping that even if it doesn't reduce, it should be stabilized. It should be there.
You see, with that thing, with that one, that it's a measure we need to take.
Yeah.
No miracle, no policy
No.
can. So we need to take
Hard work.
a particular measure against this thing that's going to stabilize the city. Until we do that, no initiative or like, because we import everything.
Yes.
80% of the things we
Everything.
consume
Our
in Ghana
imports is
are
more than
imported.
The
Our
exports,
exports.
yeah.
And that is what is killing us as a
Yes.
nation.
Yeah. So yeah, that tomorrow let's hope for
The
the
best.
best out of this budget
My
reading.
ears be opened.
Yeah.
But then yes, ahead of that, there was a national economic dialogue which was held last week.
Yes.
It was the government engaging major
Stakeholders from all aspects of businesses.
to get their views, their knowledge, their suggestions on how to reset or let's say deliver our economy from its current state. Because you and I know we don't need any government to tell us otherwise.
Yeah.
That's why when I see the opposition going around trying to, I think they are insulting our intelligence as Ghanaians. Honestly, they are insulting us. We don't need to politicize everything in this country.
No.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
The country's economy is bad, very bad. We've never experienced anything like this before. So why are they trying to whitewash it to make it seem like no,
We
please, we
haven't
beg
before.
them. Yeah, we beg them. So yes, the president took a step, and that's the first of its kind.
Yeah. But I think one happened back in 2004, 2005. I think I saw that on TV3.
On TV3, okay. So yeah, what do you make of this step which was taken by the president or the government to engage major stakeholders in somewhat articulating some measures or steps to help revive the country, get the country on its toes to fight the economic challenges that we are having as a country?
So first of all, let's get what the National Economic Dialogue is all about.
Okay.
So the National Economic Dialogue is crucial for fostering inclusive discussions on the economic tragedy of a country. Just as we know that our economy is not doing well.
Yes.
So it's more or less like a platform to hold a discussion and address our economic crisis. So it provides a platform for key stakeholders, including government officials, private sector players, economics, and civil society, to deliberate on economic challenges and propose viable solutions. So we've seen the problem.
Yeah.
What are the measures we need to take in place to be able to address these issues? So they invite key stakeholders and some viable citizens as ourselves. We are also given the platform. What are some of the crises you are also facing as a citizen? For the stakeholders, we have the private sector and then the public sector. The private sector, what are some of the challenges or the issues that you are facing in your entity or in your institution as a private sector? Now, moving to the government sector, it's same applies to you as well. So with this, they invite economics, people who have deeper insight and the knowledge about economics, and then they are given that platform to make a suggestion or to bring up their opinion and see what can work better to address these challenges and then these issues that these stakeholders face as an institution or as an entity. In my opinion, that is what I think the national dialogue is all about.
Okay, so I also feel like that's a good one, because if President Mahama should say that he is going to sit down and reset the economy alone, it wouldn't work that way. Because excuse me, the country is made up of private and government sectors, and all these sectors at the end of the day, whatever they gain impact on the economy of the country, whatever they lose also impact on the economy of the country. But how can we, the importance or the essence of some of this economic dialogue has to do with it improved economic cooperation. So like they meeting together, bringing out ideas and plans to revive the economy. The economy is already suspended, and we are finding ways to push it to the top. So what do you think how do you think we can go about it? So coming together to communicate about it will also help. Then it also increase transparency and trust. Some of this dialogue, it promotes transparency, build trust, and strengthen relationships as well. So it doesn't only end with say maybe I want to revive the economy, so we talk about it and doesn't know what are we supposed to do for the country to have trust in us, that the reason why we are meeting here is going to bring out a positive result, because economic dialogue has also taken place during the previous government, or they've also taken steps, and the end result was very bad. So how do we change the perception of Ghanaians? How should we go about it so that they'll have trust in us, that even though the previous government tried their best but it didn't end well, we can actually make a change. So the economic dialogue also promote transparency and trust, so that we the Ghanaians can also have trust in the government that yes, they can actually do something. Then access to new markets and opportunities. President Mahama can have the connection, but he doesn't have it all. You might have connections that I don't know. SNM can also have connections that I don't know, and I also have. So we meeting together, I can suggest that let's contact this country, or let's contact this high official person. They can actually help us in reviving the economy.
Okay.
Because it's like we putting our heads together and making sure that it works. Because today, if the economy should be firmly grounded, it will positively affect all of us. I will benefit, you benefit, and it will benefit all of us as a country.
It will benefit all of us as a country.
And then I'm actually glad for the fact that he invited almost everyone. Automatically, that is how it looks like, because there were representatives from each sector, from each institution.
But I didn't see the Kaya sector there.
They'll definitely be there.
Oh, are you sure?
The Game and those people, the chief mothers and
they represent the Kayas.
They will.
Not the Kayas per se,
but the Kayas are part of the economy.
But the Kayas, do they have like kind of a leader? I think the chief, the queen mother in that market represents everybody, because the Kaya is also part of the market, right?
Yeah, it does. They will definitely have a representative there, because it's like from a representative from the top official to the last person at the ground.
At the ground. Or you didn't see that.
I didn't see any Kaya up there.
Are you for real? They are there. Maybe they didn't show that I am the representative for Kaya.
Maybe, probably. That could be it. But
okay.
But you know, I agree with what he said, that we must come together as a people. This shouldn't be something like, because I support this particular party and you support this particular party, so I'm not going to get myself involved in this. This wouldn't have been successful with the parliamentary just alone. Because maybe they are not experts. Maybe they are experts in politics. You are not an expert in economics. And I'm happy for the fact that...
But this thing, I'm not cutting you, but do you think that lack of expertise in our parliamentary forum has had an impact on the downstream of our economical growth?
It does.
Yeah, I think
because we see sometimes
it does.
They appoint someone, a minister
for
sports, who has never even
had any
run
idea
100-meter race in his life before.
Sports.
That's our problem.
So what do you have to tell me? What are your experience that you think I can learn from you, that you can also bring on board? Here lies the case: you have no knowledge, no deeper understanding about the sector you have been. How are you going to work? Maybe you just have to do a research, and I think that is not even practical.
So, for example, like John Dumelo, he's a farmer.
I was expecting one. Definitely make that.
John Dumelo is a farmer.
John Dumelo, even if he hasn't done anything, I've seen. I think he farms cabbage.
Yes, so many things.
Cabbage,
you see, people just think
as well.
I think social media has really helped too. Everyone is talking about how Dumelo is already a farmer, this is and that.
It's very good.
His boss, Eric Opoku, is also a farmer, a big time farmer.
And I also saw a video of his son refusing to go to school, and then he wants to go to the farm. So that is how that influence has impacted his son.
Even his son. So
that little boy, he said he doesn't want to go to school. He wants to go to the farm. He wants to go to the farm with his dad. So that should tell you how that strong impact it is to just a young boy. How much more with the youth coming up,
and it has an impact in that particular ministry. And you see, when Dumelo goes to meet the farmer, it's like you talking to your counterpart, someone who is in with you,
so
who
like
expertise.
Exactly, it's needed.
Very important.
Government engaging people with expert brains, will help structure the economy. But then there's been this argument that why are you engaging people to govern your administration, because you said that you are coming to fix. So if you knew you didn't have the brains to do it, then why did you? Because you know Kofi Bentel, I think he's the vice president of the Imani
Africa.
He actually said something like that he doesn't really see why a president should engage the public on how to restructure a country and all that stuff, because you actually publicly campaigned that you have all the tools and all the stuff to come and run the country. And I think he's making a valid point.
No, but I don't see that as democracy. That is you being an autocratic leader.
But what's autocratic about
yes,
this?
because you don't want to listen from your followers.
So that means
to see
all
what
previous
is going on with them.
All previous governments have been autocratic. In fact, Mahama's
if that is what he's saying, then he's not. He doesn't understand democracy, because you're supposed to listen from the people as well. Yeah. That is why they voted you.
Yeah. You see, you yourself, you're smiling. You know,
because already Mahama has said that he's going to be a listening president.
Exactly.
That's how democracy is. I listen from you.
You said you will listen. You didn't say you are coming to learn from you to rule.
No, he's not.
Then the people there should have been voted into.
He's not learning. He's not learning from them. And even if he's learning from them, I don't think that is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I am ruling the nation. There's a saying that you don't know how crooked your back is unless somebody tells you. So how are you going to know if I don't tell you? So with this, you are trying to put yourself in the shoes of these people, because let me say, you are up there and then you were enjoying the riches. What about the poor people down there? So I think that was a very good initiative they took upon themselves, to come all the way down to the market women to listen from them as well.
So you think the arguments raised by certain people that it's really made no essence of any economic dialogue, because you had all your plans already in your manifesto? So what else? So does it mean that if whatever this economic dialogue brought out contradicts with what Mahama promised us in his manifesto, which one is he going to take?
It will not contradict.
No, let's just suppose it does. Which one is he going to take?
He is a president and he knows what is good for the country.
So what is good is what he outlined in his manifesto. Then he comes to power. Then he engages people for what to do. Yes. So if what the people say is going to be different from what he promised us in his manifesto,
then he didn't find a problem. Because I believe that whatever is stated in your manifesto should be a problem that you have identified in the country, and you are here to give solutions to it. So whatever, I think measures have been put in place, or maybe questions have been asked, interviews. Here lies the case. We went out to go and ask people what they think about this independence, why they moved it. With that, you are hearing from people as well. So if whatever is stated in his manifesto is not addressing an issue, then it's not a problem.
Then which one is not a problem? I'm finding it difficult to get you. Okay, let me rephrase this.
Yeah, so come again.
You come to power based on your manifesto, what you promised us as a country.
Yes.
You gain power, and then you are now engaging people, dialoguing.
Wait, not to get you. Then why did the people vote for you?
Exactly.
Definitely it's because they are in interest.
That is what Kofi Bentil is arguing. You said you do this. That's why we voted for you. You come to power, and now you are going to seek.
He's wrong.
No, he's not. He's not seeking. He's engaging them to see how best this is going to help.
You just read to us here what the economic dialogue was
and
about.
And these stakeholders include the market women as well.
So
Mama is not a market woman or a market man, so he doesn't understand what goes on there.
Based on what did he write his promising manifesto?
He, first of all, I'm sure he listened to the people, because even before he brought out his manifesto, he went from regions to region places, and then he heard the cry of the people. He heard their problem, and then they notify all these problems, and then they put it together, and it was part of his policy. But listen to this one: it was the people who put you into power.
Yeah.
And so you getting there, you're not going to do your will. Excuse me. Even though you might bring out your policy, but when you get into power, you'll be shocked that what they told you wasn't all.
What? Who told who?
The people, the problem they complained to you wasn't all. That's not all their problem. So you going down to the ground to speak to the people, it's not bad.
Okay, what's the difference between the economic dialogue and the speaking to the people before coming to power? Speaking to the people to build his manifesto. The economic dialogue, is it very different from the engagement he had with the public to build his manifesto to win power?
It's not different, no. Okay, fine, it's not different. With the economic dialogue, it's a representative of every sector, right? So if manager is going for a dialogue, he's representing workers of GhanaTalks radio, so he speaks on our behalf, fine. But if the government should come down to, maybe Mane might say something that is bothering us, but he might not say it the way when the person comes to meet me in person or meet SNM in person, how she is going to, tabled all the problems she feels like is the problem. Or don't you get me?
You see,
there's no difference though, but getting down to the ground is the best. Yes, you have ideas from all those stakeholders, but you still have to talk to the people.
And are these people not represented by the stakeholders?
What if they didn't relay all their distress to the president?
Why didn't they relay it to you?
Who knows? Maybe Mane could have gone there to say what is disturbing him,
not the company,
and not disturbing the people.
Yes.
So it is good that I come to confirm if really what they said at the dialogue is what is disturbing you people.
Yes.
So
it's more or less like a confirmation.
I'm coming
to verify.
He actually went to the market people. Let's put it that way. Before coming to meet the CEOs, CSOs, right? The dialogue was just last week. But he built his entire manifesto by engaging the public. So, sorry, it's not the other way around. It's this way around rather. Which one really constitutes the worries of the people? As you were putting it, these people are just representing an entire, let's say, firm. Those who went for the dialogue. But the groundwork with which he built his manifesto represented the people themselves. Like Idemia Menanra Midi Docrone Shemeno, and yet it's now never catches in Rakro Mari Edi Docrone Shemo into Wepra. And it's a mamma, sir, when every information every year. Then I was I'm Babeshe. Esinam so on chair say ampa umaridi dokuno na ehye na nsana. What confirmation do you, I don't know. If you didn't believe what I said, then why did you build the your manifesto?
He believed
to win power.
Why do you think
so? What was the essence of the economic dialogue? That's what people are not understanding. Me, I'm not saying, I'm just saying what people are not understanding.
The economic dialogue is more or less like you inviting expertise.
Okay. So, you invite the expertise to do what?
To come in, give their suggestions,
their ideas to reset, because he wants to reset the country.
So, in other words, to seek solution from them.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, you didn't have the solution before you came to power.
Oh no! Maybe maybe
issue. He did.
He already had a solution.
Yeah, but he might be wrong.
Yes, knowledge is not built.
Who might be wrong? The president?
Not wrong per se, but knowledge is not built in the person's head.
Exactly.
Maybe there are different dimensions to issues. Maybe when you use this strategy, you get it faster than what the strategy I implemented in my manifesto. You get me?
You get me, I get you, but are you
communications?
Yeah, so the economic dialogue was important.
He's going to use a long route, maybe by speaking to this person, speaking to this person. Maybe the economist is just going to go the straight route. So you are listening to ideas and taking suggestions on opinions from all dimensions. You get me? And see the one that works best to solve the solution, to solve the problem.
We will solve the solution again.
It's not the solution.
This is Ghana Talks Radio. You are with us on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Let us hear from you in our comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X. You can also join our conversation on WhatsApp 0202544614. We are solving the solution.
Yes, we are. We are still solving it.
But you mean the solution?
Two ways
you need to solve the solution.
The 2 ways are good. I said that he knows what is good for the country. The economic dialogue is good, and then seeking the opinion of the people on the ground is also good.
Okay.
So you take from both sides, and then you sit down and know which one to take.
So what do you make of? Because I mean, we all know Kofi Bento. He's also a political analyst and all that. So you think that his assertion that the president might then not have any idea whatsoever, so he just lied his way to power, and after gaining power, he is trying to seek solutions from the people who gave him power to rule. Is that do you agree with?
No.
I don't agree with him.
No, I don't see President Mahama lying his way to gain power. Then after that, going to seek the views of the people. It is in the interest of the country, because as say, if I vote for you, one, I'm expecting you to listen to my needs, and not because before you came into power I've already know your problem, and then by the grace of God I've been elected, so that ends it, and then I'm not supposed to come down and then listen to you again. No, it doesn't go that way.
Okay.
And he has been preaching this manifesto for how long now? Like
since even before he was
2020.
Since 2020, and you don't expect things to be the same. Definitely there are new problems that will arise. So with him going down there to go and ask, but maybe there's a new problem he's not aware of.
No,
this time he didn't go. The entire conversation right now is about the economic dialogue. Okay, let's get something clear now. Okay. What was the economic dialogue really about? Was it to learn the problems of the people, or it was to engage people in finding solutions to the problems he already know of? Which is which?
Both of the two of them. Both of the two of them. Because you know the problem, you might have solution to it, but your solution might not be, the solid one that will tackle that particular problem you are aiming at. And so getting your idea in a dialogue or a conversation, I pin it down. Then I went to the ground, I get their ideas as well, then I pin it down. So these two ideas might help me to take the right steps or to take the right procedure to tackle that particular problem. So there is nothing wrong with Mahama organizing a national economic dialogue, and at the same time going to meet the public. Meeting with the public is also a good thing, because when I see a government official coming to me asking, I feel like they are ready to listen to me. They are ready to solve my problem, not my problem, but they are ready to solve the problem of the country. And with that alone, there is this trust I have in that particular government, and it's also make me aware, or like put this kind of trust in me that this government may be accountable for what he's doing.
Okay.
So the national economic dialogue.
Yeah.
We all can attest, all of us can attest that we are in crisis.
What if I disagree?
Well, then maybe from henceforth you'll be buying me lunch. Then you understand.
Yeah, true.
So let's start from
Yeah. Watch it and see this.
Yeah. Then from henceforth you'll be buying me lunch.
No, I agree.
Then
you are in crisis. Right?
Yes. And I feel that you need to listen to all angles. Like I said, you need to find a rapid solution to this before it escalates. So giving it a top priority by involving these experts to come and also give their suggestions and then maybe the opinions on economic crisis, how are we going to get ourselves out of this issue? Like I said, these are experts who have deeper knowledge in economics. So all hands on deck. There's a saying that 2 heads are better than one.
Okay.
So bring yours, bring which one weighs better? Which one is the solid one that you think is going to work rapidly to get us out of this mess?
Okay. But then do you believe that the results of this dialogue is going to be channeled into governance or administration? Now, for instance, these people that were engaged, I can say most of them, almost all of them, are not even holding any appointment or leadership for the state.
Okay.
In terms of security, on a minister for defense, in terms of finance, on minister of finance, in terms of agriculture, so you already have leaders, you've put in people there already. Now you're engaging these people for solutions. Let's put it that way. Are you undermining those you appointed? Do you think they are going to leave their, say, solutions? They are going to forego that and come for these ones that probably they are not prior to its processes. This is my solution. This is what I think will help best resolve this. This is what I have knowledge of. Once we engage you, that's what we should apply. Don't you think it's going to create some conflict in terms of administration or governance?
Well, I don't think it's going to create any conflict, simply because these people have been appointed because maybe someone will say that NDC is in power, so automatically this guy has connection with one big NPP person, that is NDC or NPP person, that is why he has this appointment. So I think they brought a neutral people who don't have maybe positions in the
political sphere.
In the political sphere. So these are neutral people, and then they are bringing solutions in the interest of the country. So this one is non-partisan.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm saying. You've already appointed me. I appoint you as a caterer. Then, after appointing you, why did I appoint you as a caterer? Because I believe in your qualities, that you can cook better, this and that. After appointing you, then I go in for someone, a chef outside, to come and give us ways of how to cook a certain meal. Maybe you steam your fish before you use it for cooking. He comes in and tells you need to smoke it before. Is it not conflicting with your procedure?
I believe Mahama has sat down with these people.
Yeah.
We can't just assume Mahama has. We are trying to give. I don't know. I don't want to use a certain word, but it's like we are making the man
almighty.
Exactly. You get me? Because you appoint people. You've appointed people. Now, after they are having their positions, you bring in other people you call experts to come and, let's say, is it train them or give them solutions on how to go about the positions you've appointed them for. So if you knew they weren't up to the task, why did you appoint them?
No.
That's argument.
Yeah, but you see, Mahama is not undermining his appointees.
Okay.
But then I feel like he wants to acquire more and then impact into them.
Okay.
Yes. I know he believes in their qualities. That's why he appointed them. So I'm not sure if you believe in my qualities and then you appoint me, you still go and tarnish me, like tarnish my qualities, or say things that make it look as if I'm not capable of doing what I'm supposed to do. So I feel like Mahama is not undermining them or maybe making them feel like they cannot do what has been taxed them to do. But I feel like he wants to acquire more from here and then impact into them as well. Because you've been appointed fresh, like you're a fresh appointee. So for me, I feel like being a fresh appointee, you don't really know what's on the ground.
Oh, some of them has held positions before.
I know.
Yeah.
You've held position before, and that time was different. We are in a new era.
And the person you're engaging, has he ever held a position before?
Someone might not hold a position, but the person, when it comes to, basic stuffs, he knows more than someone who even holds the position. But someone who holds the position knows the truth but don't want to say the truth and don't want to do the right thing. And someone who don't even have that position.
So why would you appoint someone who knows the truth but won't do the right thing?
No, he's trying to play me around. Muhammad wouldn't do that. So it's all end on the same note. He just wants to acquire more knowledge and ideas.
So it's more like all hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Listening to different dimensions.
Two heads are better than one. Okay. Okay. So, but do you expect the results of this dialogue to be implemented, or is just some theatrics for government to get some public admiration that they're engaging as this and that, and afterwards we don't get to see anything from whatsoever engagement we saw?
If it's not implemented, then that's a waste of time and money. Then what's the essence of you holding the dialogue if you are not going to implement them? So you just came to talk. I saw a comment saying people are like, we are tired of the talks. That's where kids.
Honestly, most of the things I see them say.
So I want to see actions.
Exactly.
But people also think that it's too early for us to demand actions.
Oh no.
It's not. Maybe
it should begin immediately.
1 year.
No.
Because you have just 4 years. Yes.
So for this 1 year, that can be maybe you solving those or covering those potholes that has been left behind by the previous government. Then from next year, maybe from your second year to third to fourth year, that should be hard work. So with this first year, that's when the dialogues and everything, taking note of the necessary stuff that you are supposed to take note of. Then from your second, third, fourth year, action to we are expecting more from you. What you've gathered should be implemented. But in your second, third to last year, when we don't see anything, we feel like you are the same as the previous ones we've experienced before, and that's when the loss of trust will come in.
Okay.
Because it's like we've expected so much
and then you're not delivering.
But in terms of that, do you think we are placing so much expectation on this government?
So much,
that one day,
so much.
Is it we citizens expecting much from them, or it is them who place themselves in that position?
Both of the two of them.
No, it shouldn't be both of them.
No, it's both of the two of them.
I want us to be very fair with this one.
Okay. So I think they are.
They place themselves in that position. Okay, in what sense?
Because of their talks.
Okay.
I'll do this. I'll do that. So you are giving me that hope, and then you keep assuring people. So definitely you are going to raise my expectation high. But I think Ghanaians have come to that level that anything goes. Yeah, because we are tired. What didn't Nana Akufo-Addo tell us? But we are who we are.
By the grace of God.
We just wanted him out because we wanted somebody different.
But with that anything goes mentality, don't you think it has become a part of our downgrade?
That is actually killing us as a nation.
We are failing to hold ourselves and our leaders accountable to a higher standard. So the mere thing they do, so are you be anchor. That's why someone can just channel $400 million into building a hospital, and yet nothing. But then they will show us structures of they starting something, and we'll be like, okay, so I start. It wants to bet to us. And you know, 400 million now we're wasting on the air just because we're starting to be met to us.
I think those should be some of the things we should be demonstrating for.
Yeah, and I feel like when we are advocating for something as citizens, we start with a very high energy. At the end of the day, we become silenced because we are not patriotic enough. We start and then politics, dive into it, and then we are being given some talking to, suppress us and then just keep quiet because they've given us 200 for pure water and drink, and we are okay.
I think that we are not understanding politics as a people.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We have partisanship and we have politics. Everything in this world, I always say this, is political. Even the dress you wear, anything that you need to decide between two things, two or more things, it is political. So we can never do without politics. That is what we need to understand. But when it boils down to partisanship, that is where the problem is. That is when this is the party I voted for. And so even if they are doing the wrong thing, I won't say because I have this sympathy towards them. That is wrong. In fact, I vote for people I can hold I can hold accountable. I won't vote for someone that I don't believe in. So if I'm believing in you and you are not delivering, shouldn't I demand it from you?
You have to.
You have to.
I mean, you won't call free. Na me pese me suma obia. Omu wine obe pese obe suma.
Nyaminim so obetimi akọ.
Exactly.
Na obetimi aye adwuma.
Enti se wo den suma na ma no na okọ na wan ya. Obeka so ono na me choose ni nti no wan ya kra menka hwe.
No.
So that is the flaw of our political understanding as a people.
Yeah.
We need to realize that once we voted for you, and I'm not talking about Nipanabe we need power create. Personally, se me vote mawa, I need to demand from you.
Yeah.
So why do we let it slide rather than demanding?
Because we are taking tokens.
They
sold our minds. They've actually sold everything that has to do with we holding them accountable. Because let's just imagine when the previous government was in power, we all know how things were going, and then when you stand up to speak or say something, they fight against you in a way. And even when we know that things were going bad, we still have people who will sit and say that everything is going on well. Why do they say everything is going on well? Because behind the scene they are benefiting, and behind the scene there is a token that have been used to sow their conscience. They've bought their conscience politically. And you know what? One thing that is painful, some of them too, no one gave them money or anything, but because they are die-hard fans of that political party, so no matter how the party is falling apart or how the country is in a mess, it is the party and the party. They don't care whether you mess the country up, whether everything is a mess and they are not benefiting. All they know is that I'm affiliated to this political party and that is it. Whether the thing is going bad, I'm still in NDC or I'm still in MPP or I'm still in CPP. Yes, and people can actually fight for a political party.
People still voted for the previous government. And someone was fighting so hard. I was like,
yes.
So it's not that you are not experiencing what is going on or what.
They are just diehard fans of that political party. So whether they are experiencing the hardship or not, they are still inside. And they will never say the truth, but they know they are feeling the heat. Within them, they are feeling the heat. But for them to let you know that they are that it is grave or her grave. Yes. But you see, with this political party, back to the question you asked first, with the kind of standard they've set for themselves, we have that kind of belief that they have to do more or they want to do more, and we are expecting a lot from them. So let's take this for instance. Mahama said he will scrap e-levy, as we all are saying, the betting tax. So we have high expectation. This budget that they are coming to read out, everybody is on alert. E-levy and bet tax.
We are waiting.
Exactly. So just imagine the budget came and they'll be like, because of one or two things, they can't scrap e-levy.
That would be so disappointing.
DC. The only thing we can say is both the current and the previous government are one, and all political, personnel or parties are the same people. So when you say something, you have to do it. So with this budget, we are all waiting. Whether they'll scrap it or they'll add or they'll subtract.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Yes,
but on the other side too, I think people are having high expectation because they have experienced his governance before.
Yeah.
He has been in power before.
Yeah.
And then I heard a comment, someone said, Mama Kasa obe building. Because when he came, he said he would build schools.
And he did.
He did.
Yes.
So I think that is why people are having, their expectations are high. Yeah.
And as you said, he's still crying. It was at a man's term he completed. And look at what he did.
Yeah, the buildings. I think he put up a lot of infrastructure.
Yeah, he did.
The e-blocks, and I think when I was in school too, Kita school, other school too, he came to build that side.
Are you ladies trying to propagate?
Oh no, we are not propagating, but we are telling you why people's expectations are high. Yes.
So they believe that Mahama is capable of delivering.
Because they've experienced his governance before.
Yes.
So if he was able to, why did they vote him out then?
That one will be up to them.
We don't know.
I think the main reason why they voted him out was the Dumso.
But he said
I feel like, well, that's what.
And MPP is also
that's
saying
what
that
he
didn't
said. Oral English.
That's what he said.
I don't want to speak for any party here or any president here, but I mean, as journalists, sometimes we need to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Dumso was it was an inherited I don't know, challenge. Let me put it that way. Mahama didn't bring Dumso. I am stating it here without fear or figure. Mahama never brought Dumso. That's where Dumso came about way before Mahama even became a vice president. So as at then, now your friend Dumso no, now they ain't your friend Dumso. Why that in 2003, 2004, Kufuor assembled men of God to go to Akosomo Dam to pray?
Yeah, I heard that story.
Why did that happen? But you see, for the sake of propaganda, and the fact that back then, much people weren't that interested in politics, so they just go for anything they hear. So we just pinned it on Mahama. And his mistake was this: he just accepted it without educating the people. He was like, I'll fix it. So nyamboke bia mo de mfame ho. Sankoma omoti asese adiwe wo ho ansa na me ba ya. Nka e bia nkendu sa. Secondly, he actually fixed Dumso before he left power. Baumia went on a media platform and said that why should Mahama be commended for solving a problem he caused?
Solving a problem
he caused.
So meaning he has admitted that he solved the problem.
So why are they now saying that he didn't fix Dumso? So who fixed Dumso? If Mahama didn't fix Dumso, then they actually didn't fix Dumso themselves, because we are back in Dumso as they claim.
Yeah.
Even though we are not in Dumso.
Yeah, but we are, yesterday quite experienced some.
Well,
see, the whole energy sector thing, we should have been out of it by now.
Yeah.
Looking at the IPPs we had supporting us now, none can one say yes and go back to. Right now, it is more of debt, sika yen and service yen energy debt.
Yeah.
In the past 8 years, how many times have we paid our IPPs for energy? Look at the revenue we've accumulated. When Mahama was leaving power in 2016, he left with a debt of 10 billion in the energy sector. You came, you accrued about $48 million. Is it dollars? I think so.
The debt for the energy sector.
No, the revenue they gained in the past 8 years. So you came to meet $10 million dollars debts, and then you gained $48 million dollars profits. So out of that profits, and kawutu ya 10 million if you were.
Yeah.
Sanka yendeka. In fact, you want faso 30 something down.
Another 38.
But this is the case, what benya faso more than a kana na wodino anka obetum de atua. And yes still yedeka much more than a can and faso na ubenya. How does this make sense? And you turn around and say that the government who just took power, who is actually functioning under your budget, is responsible for the debt that you left, is responsible for the reason why we are having power outages. Because Car Power has come out to say that they are shutting down because we owe them. And Car Power is giving us about 40%. It is generating 40% of our energy capacity. In their one fault.
They are shifting blame.
Yes.
It's very bad. I respect the NPP so much, but what they are trying to do, they are trying to make me lose respect for them.
And I think one of the one thing I've noticed about, I mean, when people come into power is shifting blames. Instead of them sitting down and the problem too is we don't want to accept the fact that yes, like we are in debt. This is what we've done. Like we just accepted it, and then we plead to Ghanaians that we've caused this problem, but with time we will, solve everything. No, we don't say the truth to ourselves. We lie even when everything shows that we are in mess. But we don't want to accept it. Then we keep shifting blame. We can all testify when the COVID came, especially Russia and Ukraine war. I was not in Russia. You were not in Russia. But everything's what they'll say is Russia and Ukraine. COVID. Something small COVID, Russia, Ukraine. So just imagine Russia and Ukraine hadn't.
Prices went up.
Russia and Ukraine.
I was wondering how it was affecting. Question for the God.
Moving on. It's a concern regarding the presidency and its family ties. Early in the days of Mahama's administration, second administration, we saw him travel in his own brother's private jet.
Yeah.
Just last week, we saw him in his brother's car, driving him in
no problem.
No, and it has become a concern. As a president, your family, your brother, using your brother's jets, using his car and all that. Is it not going to create some conflict of interest someday? First of all, your security is at stake. You are president now. Secondly, if your brother is doing you all these favors, if there are some favors to be done also, Won't you channel it to your brother?
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with Mama sitting in using his brother's private jet.
Why?
So because he's a president, he shouldn't live a normal life. We
me,
saw Mama riding bicycle with his kids.
Yes.
What did you say about that one too?
Yes.
Was he a president then?
No, he wasn't
No,
a president, but he was.
Far.
But still, even that, still.
Yeah.
So because he's now a president, he shouldn't associate himself with a brother.
We are not saying you
Or
can
maybe
associate
use his-
yourself with your brother, but there are protocols that comes with the position he's holding now.
Oh, I feel like he
So
wants
you
to
think-
cut down cost.
Not cut down cost base. Allow the man to live a normal life.
I feel like he wants to.
I said like my Vivian Chin Chin quad.
Because people were
There is-
flying jets with almost 2.8 million, and
So
he's
what
trying
if
to
there's
use
an
his
issue
brothers
with
or-
the country's debts and he decides to use his brother's
No, but in a
debt?
way, I understand
There
where
is-
Omari is coming
I
from.
said- I give a
It's not
shake.
me coming from there.
No, yes.
For me, I'm
So
just
it's more or
like
less
a
like
mouth.
a give
The
and
route-
take.
the
If you are
route you
doing
are
this
taking.
favor for me, what am I doing in return for
Yes.
you? This is Mohammed's brother we are talking about. He has his
So-
own
The
money
the one
and
is already
donating to
rich.
even
Like
people.
he's very rich.
He's a philanthropist, so
Exactly.
he's paying people's surgery. So you think he doesn't
Paying
have that
fees
capacity
and
to?
stuff. He
And you
does.
think his brother needs to favor him? You see, our mentality.
This is not about mentality.
No, it's our mentality.
It's our mentality.
Someone raised
because
that
it's-
issue
it's
on
also-
Twitter, and then
I'm coming.
is it Bridget Bonnie or somebody? She's a journalist.
I'm coming. Let's
Yeah,
take
so
this from all angles. First, let's look at the security angle. Let's look at the position itself first. Who is a president?
The president is someone in
It's
high
someone
authority.
who sees the affairs of the state,
So not the affairs of his family, the entire state.
the entire state.
Yes.
Even me, my well-being is affiliated to that man.
Yes.
That is why I've wasted my time
To vote for him.
to go and join a queue
And
for 6 hours.
Mm.
There were chaos and all. I endured it. Someone tried to slap me. I swear. There was fighting. I had to run. I left one of my footwear there. I couldn't go back. Abeye Meka. For you to become a president,
Good guess.
you get me?
Yeah.
That is the standard of the position he's holding now.
for the security.
Me as a Ghanaian, if I need to interact with any other person outside Ghana, I need to channel it through this man. If I want to borrow money for Ghana, I need him to go and be there for me to
Yeah.
borrow that money for me. Once you become that you come and hold that position, you are for me, you are for the country, not for your brother, not for your family, you are for Ghana.
But with this one, I feel like he don't want to feel so big. Like you
We
understand?
don't
He's a
care.
simple person.
We don't
Showboy
care
thing,
whether
we don't
you are feeling how you want to feel.
No, for the security aspect.
You don't hold a position based on your feelings. It is based on responsibility and protocol.
For the security aspect, I accept that maybe he has breached or something. But you and I were in this country when Nanado has to go somewhere, has to carry his chair in one V8.
What has
But here,
that got to do with the
but here lies
security?
the case when this man came. Baby Okobia, look at the labor union meeting here.
Let's not
He
equalize.
sat in a
We
normal
are-
chair like this.
Yes,
We are
he
not
did.
going
But
to equalize.
Nana did.
No,
Hey, V8
Nana
on
we are not going to equalize here.
Oh, we are not trying to
Nanado
equalize.
is no more in power.
We are not trying to equalize.
Nanado is no more in power. He was riding around with his chair in a V8. That's why you voted him out. We hear. You two, you come in and you are riding around in your brother's luxury.
But what's wrong with that?
Everything is wrong with that.
Like I don't see anything wrong with that.
There is a potential conflict of interest here.
All right.
Because if you are taking favors, if I do you favor, we are four here, including our producer here. If out of us four, the three of us, none of us gave you water when you were thirsty, and I decide to give you that water. You travel and you are coming back, and you have the amount of money you have can only buy a gift for one of us. When you get here with that gift, who are you going to give it to?
Definitely, I'll give it to you.
That is what we are talking about.
I'll give it to you.
That is why presidents are not supposed to take gifts.
Okay.
That Ford gift, that became
money in public.
Why did it become a national issue? Because he wasn't supposed to take it.
In public, taking money.
So the state has provided vehicle for you, aircraft for you, everything. There was a reason why they did that, so that you don't fall corporate of doing these things. So you don't tell us because you want to feel simple. You are a president. We don't care about your simplicity. We care about you going by the laws.
Oh, it's actually a law.
By the constitution, you don't have to do these things.
Really?
Oh, I see.
Okay, then he is a fault.
Then
in a way,
his brother
You don't have
should
to.
also stop donating to people.
exactly.
And you should keep his money.
If he wants to keep it, fine.
But you know,
But what you are doing is going to
he doing it openly.
see.
So even if he doesn't,
He has been transparent.
Let me tell you why it is in both of them their own interests, very good interests, to stop engaging in these things. Let me tell you why. Ibrahim is a legitimate businessman.
Yeah.
The bauxite issue that he won it legal. I studied that contract. He wasn't the only person who bid for it, but out of them, the one capable of mining that bauxite was him. Because his brother was a president then, they felt it was a conflict of interest. That is why they halted that contract from Ibrahim, and up till now we haven't been able to mine it. This is why you shouldn't engage, because everything that you gain legally, legitimately, they will say that say eating an orphan brown or driving.
Okay.
You see. So it seems that the presidency, it's some family ties are going on. What was Gabriel Chedako's position in government? Did he ever have a position?
No.
But we saw him command in authority.
Yeah.
And we voiced out against it. We can't go around tolerating all these things one after the other. No matter what shape or form it comes in. We shouldn't. It's not good. It doesn't set a good precedence. They should stop it. He is your brother. No one is taking that out of you. If Edu family gathering now, you can have your family something. I respect both men very, very well. But for their own sake, Senya Diebu or Ibrahim be winning legitimately, and Koye say, or your brother and say, and the brother and so I see.
Okay.
It makes sense in a way.
Oh yeah, if it's a law, then that's it. Then he has breached it.
We can look at the security measures as well. I don't know whether the national security cleared him whatsoever, but it still doesn't make sense. Why should you clear him for something that you are capable of? As soon as I need the machinery to take care of him as a den. There are state cars there. So why do you leave him for his brother to drive him? If something happens right now, who should be held responsible? He's a national asset as a president. So we don't expose him to certain measures just in the name of family sake. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understandable.
I think I heard a comment saying that Mohammed's life is at risk or something.
Is that what?
His life is at risk with regards to this particular issue.
It's true.
So but there are other arguments around it that you go to the UKs and all that. We see prime ministers going to parliament, riding bicycles and all that.
Yeah.
They are prime ministers, they are not presidents.
They're prime minister.
They are not presidents. But then also, Obama's time, we saw him go to the community basketball court to play with them. That is Obama. You are Mahama.
But Obama is a president.
But you are Mahama.
Hey.
Mahama too has his own ways.
You are Mahama.
Allow the man to live his life.
He's living it.
For security purposes.
See, once you hold this kind, you declare.
Yeah.
So once you hold these positions, you need to know what it comes with. One major position your mind pay. Even if you don't want to do it, you still have to do it.
Okay.
Fine. For once, I think I agree with Omar. For once, I've humbled myself to agree with you. I don't want to challenge.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. You are with us on Ghana Talks Radio. It's been very, very interesting conversations we have here. Yeah, join the conversation. Let's hear from you on all our social media platforms. Also on WhatsApp 020 544 0202 544 614. AC is confusing me. 0202 544 614. Our website is www.ghanatalksradio.com. There is a man who is trying to, cement himself in his position in a way that
Oh, really? Who is that?
And I think it boils down to the previous person who held that office and how he addressed that office. I'm talking about the Honorable Atoforsen, the finance minister.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
We've seen him engaging the public. On Saturday, he was at Cantamanto.
He really bashed me. I didn't capture that one because I was at Cantamanto at that scene.
Yeah. But okay, why did he go to Cantamanto alone? I mean, is that the only marketplace we have in Ghana?
But it's the biggest marketplace we have right here in Accra.
Why should it only be in so market we are Ghana in one pen or here?
Hey, into market.
If you are doing it, they're doing well. If you are doing it, they're doing well.
Maybe he will go to other places market.
Tomorrow he's reading the budget. So when is he?
If he's reading the budget tomorrow, today
he didn't go to KJTR market. He didn't go to Adoso market. He didn't go to Nkrakan. He didn't go to
the nearest.
So as you said, Cantamanto is very large, right?
Yeah,
so
the largest.
It's a representative to all the markets,
and it's in Greater.
Hey,
and people
Cantamanto is a representative to KJTR market.
But people come and buy from here
to that place.
I don't know. I have never heard
then
of
I'm
this.
telling you, people come and buy from here.
Buy from Cantamanto.
To
yes.
KJTR to sell.
Yes.
What do they come here to buy? That they don't have in KJTR.
Oh, for that one, I can't. But when it comes to onions and these food stuffs, they come here. Yes.
Do you know how close?
Even you know how close the dresses. They come and shop here and go to KJTR.
Do you know how close the onion farming communities
Please
are
don't come
to
for
Kumasi?
me.
Do you know how close they are to Kumasi?
Maybe not onion, but clothes. Cantamanto.
Yes.
Which clothes?
It's a local boutique.
Local boutique.
Yes.
Not that boutique.
It's a local boutique. So they come to. But I know some people come to this place to buy stuff and go up there.
Like they travel intentionally, travel from Kumasi to here to come.
And go. Just like how some people also travel from here and go all the way to KJTR to go and buy plantain and cassava and all those stuff. That's how they also travel here.
There is no farming area in Accra or around Accra.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why some of the people.
So traveling from Accra to those places makes sense. But why would I travel from where it's closer to me?
No, what?
No, what? I'm
Continue.
listening.
I just saw something right now and I'm surprised myself.
Let's hear.
Can you tell market is the largest market in West Africa?
So if you tell me that Kantama, he should have been in KJT.
in terms of clothes.
What
Fashion. So it's a local fashion house. So they come and buy clothes from here, and we go there to go and buy cassava and body and foodstuffs. Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, Dr. Atoforsen.
I'll not let you win me. I have to defend myself.
Dr. Atoforsen has been engaging the public ahead of the budgets tomorrow. Now, how long have they been in power? 2 months. They're getting to 3 months now.
Yeah, so almost 100 days.
Yeah. And the last minutes. It's a fine print engaging the public ahead of the budget. But you are reading the budget tomorrow.
And he went there on
Saturday. And then yesterday he held
a space on X.
Where about 60,000 people.
7,630 something.
7,000.
Yeah.
60,000.
Oh, come on.
60,000 people joined the space.
I think
No.
I screenshotted it.
The whole thing is this: you've waited all this while till the last minute to hear from the people you are budgeting for. Yes, it's the first time it's happening. It's a good step. But if you were really going to do it, I think the engagement should have been done much earlier. Or what do you think? I'm not downplaying the fact that he actually did this. But doing it the last minute, it makes it seem like it's just a public theatric. Like, oh, yeah, because as at now, what are you going to change from what you've already written down?
Maybe he just wants to confirm something, or maybe add up something very little to what he has already.
Something little.
I don't feel like maybe he's now going to gather what he wants, but I feel like he just wants to confirm what he has already written, or maybe add up something very little to what he already has.
So
I think before even you have to draw a budget, you need to engage with the people first before you go and draw the budget. That's what I think should have been done. You don't finish drawing the budget before you come out and engage with the people.
What if he has already engaged the people which we don't know?
Which people did he engage?
But now we know. So how can we know
The
this?
public.
In what ways did he engage them?
He can send a representative of himself.
To where?
To the people.
Where?
In Ghana. In every corner of Ghana.
See, as I said, it's a good step he took.
A very good one.
But the timing, I don't think
will favor them.
The timing is too late. Let me put it that way.
Maybe we might see it to be late, but he has his own reasons.
I don't really know the metrics with which they use. But there could be a metric. Let's say we have info analytics who gather statistics and all from the public in so many ways to gather information. Maybe the finance ministry have such means to gather information to draw their budgets. But if that is what you did, then why then come to engage us? Secondly, you could have engaged us much earlier. Even if it was a month ahead, it would make sense. 3 days to budget reading, no. You can't tell me what you heard from the market people is what you are going to tell us tomorrow.
So it's like you
are just doing something for us to feel like you are doing something.
To them and not
honestly,
working on their
because a national budget to Western. You can't tell me say you can use just these few days. That day in the time be na free market one. Na wakotena sese akoye nema. Nra nso kwa sorry. You pon be the fufu fancy for day.
But now I'm concerned.
Mobeko.
When you feel.
What's the finance ministry? What do you bet now?
Of course,
Money
sorry.
Sani yada ba akona nge ya question clerical and so dia bro. Hey, that's
but don't know yourself.
Yeah.
Any.
Man of God.
Any.
So yes, but I mean him engaging the public. What does it make of the entire process of budgeting for the country?
I think we've been saying this, and we will still saying that it was a great, like, it's a great one, because the budget you are bringing out there, it's not a budget for you, it's the budget for the country, and the country comprises of people, the citizens, and so it's a budget that is going to benefit the people. It's in two ways: either going to benefit the people, or it's going to bring problem to the people. So coming to the people to talk to them and then have their fair share or idea about the whole thing will help you in how to put the budget. Because I cannot be in my room and be like, Ghanaians said they are lacking this, then I pin it down without going to the people to know what is their problem. If you let project work, when you do your project work, you're being asked to go to the grounds, because that is the data collected is what you're going to use in finishing your work. And so I cannot be in my room and be with my own imagination. When I go out, she will say this, then I'll write it down. When I get to this person, he will also say this, then I'll write it down. No, with that, I might end up getting a total result that does not even tally to what the people are experiencing there. So I feel like going to the people is the best way, it's very good, because it's going to help. But what you are also saying that, like, it's good, but then he went very late. But I also feel like they might send a representative that we don't know, or like the education service, when they said they'll be sending a survey whatever for parents to feel maybe they've also done that, and we don't know, and they just want to maybe do this one to fill it up or confirm what they've written, or maybe add up to what they already have. Yes.
So I think going to the market women to engage with them is actually top notch. I'll commend him for that. He did well by going all the way down there to go and engage with these people. But per what we are saying, that's reading the budget tomorrow, and then you now going to engage the people, are you just going to listen to them and not implementing what they've cried out to you? Is it you are just acknowledging their presence, or you want to, as in, you really wanted to listen or maybe do something? No, Uncle Fonka say, you are doing it. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, to heal you.
Exactly. But I think him going, it's actually better than none.
Yeah.
It's actually better than none. And him going there shows some kind of like inclusiveness, because the market women are with the informal sector. So it makes them feel like included in governance. That's how I see it.
Okay, I'm coming. It's better than none and all that. Whether he includes it or not, him being there is just. Let me create a scenario here. Let's take something from it. We are organizing a communal labor. Why do we organize a communal labor?
Because we want everyone to get involved and then keep the city clean.
Okay. So everyone who comes is expected to do what?
To work.
Very good. So if I come and I don't work, what was the essence of me coming?
I slept in the house.
Exactly. So you just showing up to them.
No.
Well, listen.
No. This is a different case. This is communal labor class budget.
When we engaged him doing the space thing yesterday, there were a bunch of questions, and then he was like, some of the questions he's not going to answer them because you're already going to get the answer when the budget is being read. Then he wanted to make this statement about me. I said, "Me can na me ba baby the budget na then So I think with this, maybe he wants to confirm something. Probably because per the statement he made, say if you're canina or Baba then Obeka. So he said maybe let's wait and see. But as to what
I think
he said,
our curiosity is pushing us so hard.
but definitely with the market women, it was still based on inflation.
Yeah.
That is how I see it, and which I'm very positive they've already worked on in their budget.
The inflation.
Yeah. Inflation.
What do you think influences inflation?
When your export is lower than your imports, or when you are importing too much than you are exporting, that is what influences your inflation.
Okay, so with the market women, inflation, how are they related with inflation, and how do you think it should be addressed for them and all that?
Oh, I think that will have to do with the taxes on the goods.
Okay.
Some of the taxes need to be strapped, like how we spoke to the auto mechanic guy, and then he was telling us that they are paying about 24 taxes, which includes COVID
tax
and some other taxes that which they think is irrelevant. So looking at the taxes, this is input on the import duties. If those are taken off, that will help them a lot, and which I'm very positive that the government has included it in their budget.
Yeah, because some of the people, like let's say the person is in Accra, but she buys from people in the northern region, and those food stuff cannot be thrown in the air. Like I'm sending it to SNL, so I'll be like, go to SNL and it's straight in your house. It's they transport it in those vehicles. You know, the driver, you pay something to them, and then when it gets to Accra, you have to get people that will carry all these stuffs. So you see, it's also contribute to all this type of inflation. So it will affect you to also increase the price, so you can actually get profit or benefit from what you are doing.
Okay. So
I have the discussion with the market women centered on economic challenges affecting small-scale traders, including inflation, taxation, and access to credit.
Okay. Well, okay, that's a great thing, especially in the access to credit thing.
Yeah.
It's a very great thing. I mean, kudos to the Vice President, Her Excellency Nana Jane, who has also championed the Women's Bank. Yeah. But with inflation, which actually is in relation to prices and all that stuff, we've seen inflation dropping down recently.
21.3%.
But has it actually reflected in our prices?
No.
Yesterday
They are not going to
on the
reduce
space, someone asked about this question. I was really, really eager to ask it. And the minister said something that, unfortunately, we don't have a market standard. He said something like that. So the state can't control pricing. I think something should be done about it.
Yeah. The state can't control.
Because we are all falling under the rates of inflation. You increase your prices based on inflation.
Yeah.
So why then can't you reduce them when the inflation drops?
I think it will be maintained for a long time unless there's a raise again in the inflation before.
And where we are now is serious. See, in the sub-Saharan African region, our inflation averagely should be about 9%, 9 points something, not even up to 10.
Okay.
Do you know where Ghana is? We've crossed 20.
Yeah. 21.
Serious.
It's very serious.
This is not
serious.
Come again.
Hippie, can I move?
Africa beyond aid.
Most of the things that we are going through as a country, and we're even quiet about it.
We see it to be normal. We don't care.
It's abnormal.
It's abnormal, but those are the autopsies to be normal because they are benefiting. Whether inflation drops or inflation increase, their pockets still remains the same. And we, nothing is in their pocket, so we are feeling it. They are not feeling it. So how would they? I mean, normalize it for us to also feel comfortable like the way they are.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow cometh. Tomorrow that's cometh. On to our last topic for the day. The government has promised to build an extra gas. How do we put it?
Processing plants.
Processing plants to curb our energy deficit. I think this is a good call.
Yeah, it is.
I think it is. But then also, have we really thought about solar?
Oh, solar.
As at 5:40 today, I was sweating like
5:40.
Yes,
You're already
AM.
sweating.
I was sweating. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Look at the sun.
Yeah.
When was the last time it rained in Accra?
Very.
So we have all these resources that we can really channel. See, building this thing is not small amount of money, and we keep complaining Ghana don't have money. Sustaining it's not easy as well.
And a maintenance.
Exactly. So why don't we the world is growing, it's advancing through so many ways. Solar has become one of the most convenient generators of power in recent years. Why are we not paying attention to it as a country?
I think solar is another alternative, but we can't depend solely on it. Because look at from June, July, the weather is a rainy season. So if you are depending wholly on it, that means that whole month there will be no lights. And I believe some institutions are actually using solar.
Okay.
And some of our traffic lights are also using solar.
Well, what you are saying, I get you. But then we already have 2
Gas processing
plants. So these ones can actually cushion us in times of when we are not having much sunlight. But going forward, if we already have these ones, why don't we going forward expanding or advancing our energy capacity? Look at solar. Do you know that we can actually generate power from the sea waves? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Why are we not looking at all these things?
Maybe they've thought of it,
Really?
but they are yet to create our awareness on that.
Maybe
Maybe they thought of it and they are yet to create our awareness on that. But we might feel like
looking at the solar, it entails a lot too.
Like,
and the creation of the gas processing plants also.
isn't it a lot
yes,
as well?
a lot of money.
In fact, these machines, some of them can easily shut down the gas processing plants.
Yeah.
But with solar, you can argue that solar is expensive. It's expensive, but it is a long term. It's a long term.
Are we ready for it as a country?
I'm not sure we are ready.
Why shouldn't we be ready
for now?
Why aren't we ready? When will be the right time for us to get into it? Do you know when China started using solar? Now they are even moving on from solar. So it has become more of Ghana. I do be a jayu na efe na ye kopre ho.
I feel as I go.
I feel like near be so.
That's right.
But you see, they were like the gas processing plants will stabilize prices of petroleum and stuffs. I'm sure that's their major, factor why they want to create a new gas processing plant.
So it's not really about the energy. It's about the prices of
Stabilizing of petroleum prices. I think we have to think out of the box as a country.
thinking
It's like
out of
we
the
are
box.
thinking in. We are just thinking in.
We don't want to be innovative.
Exactly. Thinking out of the box is
don't want
like
to.
exploring solar.
We don't
But
want
that's
to be
what we don't want to
innovative.
do. We always want to be like the ones we know before. And when they're pumping shemusa, like we don't want to add up.
And these
to-
things are getting outdated with time passing by.
But so my question is, our leaders they travel all the time, and I'm sure as they go out, they learn about new things, and when they go out to learn, is to come back and impact. So what at all do they go there to learn?
Do they really go there to learn? They mostly go there to vacate, like, you know.
Zanzibar, Maldives.
Because if you're reading some of them their biography, the kind of university they've gone to, the kind of this thing they've done and stuff. So sometimes I ask myself,
The problem we
what's the
have
essence?
with our educational system is that we hail accolades.
We what?
We hail accolades.
Yeah.
That is
We
why
don't call it.
someone who has multiple PhDs in Ghana can't stand an engineer with first degree in China.
Yeah.
You can't stand him because he's more practical.
Yeah, than theory.
You are just reading
Hey.
big vocabularies and all that stuff without any impact on the economy.
It's very funny, but it's not funny. This is really serious.
Our education system is a failed education system. It's outdated. We need to upgrade from it. We upgrade from it.
Because you can see a 5-year-old, white child or a Chinese child inventing machine.
And decoding, coding.
And what we are learning here is book, chew and pop and forget.
Hey,
Yeah, they are cocoa.
we don't even understand. but you
No,
have
what's
to
it
chew.
like? Just you go and write and you go out and that's it.
draw and label a hen.
And the teacher has to be
Female
drawing
Anopheles
it
mosquitoes.
on the board and then be telling you that then you also shout
Our time is up. Tomorrow is the budget reading. We will be here for the budget reading as well. Until then, it has been a pleasure engaging with our beautiful audience and also engaging with you beautiful ladies on the breakfast show. This is where we end the conversation. We will be coming your way same time tomorrow. We will leave here and leave you in the hands of DJ Rock with some charming music. See you tomorrow.
This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.